Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the European Crossover webinar. And as you can see here, we went to new all-time highs in the NASDAQ, which I was really surprised with that. I did not see that coming. But nonetheless, we did go on and push higher there. And taking a look with S&Ps. New all-time highs there, too. Look at that. Market kind of started kind of up and down initially, and then we just started pushing higher once we got above, at least for the NASDAQ, got above that 16,496. It really started to squeeze, and actually it was 16,396, and then we just took off at that point, and we've actually added onto it in Asia. Taking a look at some of the other markets, you can see here the euro did go on to make a move higher, a little bit of a counter move yesterday, but since then we've turned around and given quite a bit of that back, and here we are back under pressure. Saw a report here, Germany's under a lot of pressure with COVID, so that may have played part of it. And if we take a look here with, let's see, with gold, we've come back here in gold. We were challenging that area, right? Remember, we were right there by those highs, not that far away, and we've come off in gold. And Bitcoin continues to slide here in Bitcoin. We talked about this, at the beginning of the week, how although the weekly move from 3 weeks ago setup had been invalidated with this hard close, nonetheless, it was still susceptible to a pullback, and we've gotten that pullback. We continue to go on and push lower. We'll see where we go from here. And 10-year rates did go on and pull back a little bit, although taking a look at the 10-year, still hold up a little bit, but we did go on and pull back in those 10-year rates. Taking a look at the economic data, we did get a couple hours ago, UK retail sales came in up 0.8 here, and then we got also German PPI. That was a huge move, 3.8%. Wow, look at that year over year. Holy smokes. So 3.8%, that's a huge move. Holy smokes. Not sure why it's not going. There we go. Try and reload that, see if maybe that'll make a difference. Oh, okay, I guess because it's all only in one day. Look at that. There is nothing else to scroll pay on, because when we come into the States, there's nothing here in the States. We do have Canadian retail sales, and then that's it till we get Baker Hughes rig count. At least that's what's shown here. So that'll be it. So nothing here in the States, although we do get Canadian retail sales. So with that, we'll go and move into the analysis. So you can see here, we turn around and give them back all the gains. It's going to be pretty huge if we lose. You can see that area right there. That's going to be the support right there, 1318. I mean, it's keep support for if we lose that, that opens it up the door for us to slide right back. Now, if you look here, on the 2-hour chart in regards to that rally, you can see right where we ran out of gas, just a little bit below before that 1378. That key 1378. Now we had the 38% up in here, but just right before that, and we're still under pressure. So 1288 is still going to remain the key area. That's at weekly level. And resistance, they get it above this. And that was that first line of resistance at 1355. But you can see right there, it's actually 1360. And let's go move into the cable. Well, we had 35.25. They got up. Oh, they got up to 35.14. And we're starting to roll back again right now. We'll keep the 35.25, but now for support, we're now yesterday they held above that 34.53, but now we're sliding back here. Here's support now. We'll keep it simple, the 34.25. And moving into the Aussie dollar. Well, we're back right here, just hanging on to support. We'll stick with that. We'll stick with that. We'll see whether or not it holds, but there it is. I mean, it's been a little bit below that. We've been as low as 72.60. We've got 72.61. We'll just stick with that. No change there. Resistance now would be right there for today, 73.04. And moving in now to the dollar index. Well, we're reasserting ourselves with the dollar. And this is going to be key, the same way the euro was. Trying to hold that area. This same thing here with the dollar right there. If we get a close above the 95.93, that opens the door for them to keep on, to continue, with another leg higher. And actually, that's where we're at. Look at that. Let's take a look here on a 2-hour chart. Right there. Let's just call it 9602. Kind of similar inverse to where the euro was. Its key level today is gonna be 1288, which is below for now. We'll see how much further below it'll stay. Right now with the euro, we're at 1317. I meant to say it will equate to the euro's 1288. And then on the support side, we'll stay with this 95.41, but certainly doesn't look like it's in any potential trouble to get in there. Actually, you have to move this to 95.53. So we'll tighten everything up for today. If we tighten everything up, then we could go back to the cable. That was good from before, but right now the resistance it kept it for 35.25. Boy, look at this way this thing slid. We can still keep the 35. I mean, if you're looking at it's actually 35.09. If you want to really tighten it up, we'll stay with the 35.25. The next would be the dollar yen. We're resetting ourselves here with the dollar yen also. Resistance is going to be that body right there, 1479. It's got a ways to go, but if we do get above that, boy, that would throw another leg up. Not sure if we can do that, but we shall see. Support's actually going to be all the way back here, 1401. And now moving into Bitcoin. As I said, we talked about this at the beginning of the week. This was interesting last Friday because we were right there, just hanging on. We were actually at the time, we were even below the 63,215. And they sparked a little rally before the close to invalidate this setup of the 3 prior weeks. But we said it was still in an area, the bar was still susceptible to a lower move. And we've seen that transpire. We'll see whether or not this would be support right in here. I'm saying this on the way down. You've looked at this wick, but ultimately, I don't think we're going to get there today. But this is the key area right here. The close here, you can see the body close, and then even in the wick, they opened up and they came back down, tagged it. So I have to read this 54.41. Not saying that we're going to get there today, but we'll see whether or not it may press some people into the close. Oh, wow, you can see where they came right to that level here. Resistance. For right now, we'll go to 57,939. And let's now go to the S&Ps. New all-time highs here with the S&Ps. At this point, you have to wonder to what extent they'll push. I mean, you could do a whatchamacall, a fib here for an extension. There's 127% extension right there, 47.35. God, I've already come so far because S&P still move like the NASDAQ does. I was going to say 47.25, and we've got to 47.23.5. Let's go with 47. We'll just go with that as a target. I mean, that's a target we can look for at 47.35. And support, we had that 47.07 before as resistance. So let's go with that for support. And then let's go and move into NASDAQ. You can see here, we just, pushed to new highs at the end of the day and even added onto it in Asia. 127% extension. Looks like we just hit it. Which is 16,590. And the high is 16,590. And that was 127% extension is actually 592. I got to 590. I just don't know. I mean, nobody's going to want to stand in the way of it. We'll go with that 161%. But that's a, see, that's already at 600. I'll just go 16,660, 650. And for support, let's go with 16,438. And next up would be gold. Gold was curious because we had made it back up here to that area. And it was just like, how are they going to react with stocks going higher? And they haven't reacted well. And we had our was supported 1852. I think that there's an opportunity for them to even push below that and go back towards that 1845. I mean, they may just catch some people on the wrong side, so they may push them. So let's go to 45. And that's going to be resistance right there. We're looking on this 2-hour chart. 1866. And lastly, it's going to move into crude. Crude is seeing a rebound to a certain extent in light of the stocks moving higher. At 79.41. We can also look at that's the wrong one. Yeah, there's right there. 79.31. Yeah, so that would be it right there, which was 79.41. A decent little pullback from that area too. Support 78.30. And then we have it. And there's a bias chart. We'll get that posted in the room and we'll see you in the chat room. And thanks for joining us here on the European crossover webinar.